Okay, I'm just gonna say something real quick. Um, let's just go. Not everyone who disagrees with you is evil, okay? There can be great people with great intentions who disagree with you. Yes, they can be wrong, and you know what? Sometimes you can be wrong. That's why we need discussions, because you can need to sit down, and sometimes you can be wrong about something. I'm sorry, you're not perfect. You don't have everything 100% right. I don't have everything 100% right, okay? There's certain things that I'm not throwing my hat in the ring because I don't understand it. I don't know what side to take. And like when it comes to tariffs, I don't know. I simply just do not know. I don't know what's the right stance to take on tariffs. I really don't. Okay? And then when it comes to other things, if you never sit down and talk to people, you never sit down. If you never change your opinion on anything your entire life, I can guarantee you're wrong about something. Because I've changed my opinion on certain things growing up. I've grown, I've changed. Now, you can have a core set of beliefs that never change, okay? But if you sit there and you think 100% right all the time, and you never change your opinion, I can guarantee you're wrong about something. Because you're not 100% right. No one's ever right about everything. And it's not just that. You need to be able to have open conversation because you're going to be wrong about something, and not everyone is evil. If you talk to people, you'll see that. No, not everyone on the left is evil. I talk to people on the left. I have friends that are on the left. Shocker, I know. And then the other thing is, even whenever they are evil, sometimes you can't change it right away. You can't go up there and do a sweeping legislation to change and fix everything and expect it to pass. Okay? No, in order to make a change for the better, because you truly know it's right, and the other person truly is evil, and the other side truly is evil, well, it's not going to pass if you just pass a legislation that they don't approve of. No, you need to sit there and you need to compromise with them. This isn't a fascist country. I'm sorry to break it to you. We need to talk to people. We need to talk with people we disagree with. Okay? We need to come to a compromise. We need to find each other on the other aisle, pass a passable legislation, and slowly make the changes for the better. You can't sit there and do something like the Green New Deal and expect it to pass, because that's never going to pass. You need to make change one person at a time, meaning if you want to see a change, first you gotta be the change. Okay? The one thing vegans have going for them, they want people to not eat meat. Well, they're already not eating meat. They're actually starting, they are being the change. There's so many people that sit there and they expect other people to change, and they haven't even started to change themselves. And then they try to force people to change, which some vegans do. Not all vegans, but yeah, some vegans do. They try to force them to conform to their ideology. But it's not just vegans. It's like people on lots of sides. They try to force them into their ideology. I'm sorry, we're not a fascist country. Okay? We don't force people to think a certain way. We don't force people into your ideology. And with that in mind, in order to make actual legitimate change, and you got to be the change. You got to look for people, talk to them, be nice to them, have a conversation with them, show them. Show them what it is to be a good person. And then and then pass laws that are actually passable. Start with smaller things and then grow from there. I'm sorry, you can't just expect something to pass just because you 100% agree with it. You can't do a wide sweeping bill that gives you everything you want and the other side nothing and expect it to pass. No, you have to make a compromise. You have to give a little bit in order to take a little bit. Or you need to negotiate getting to take a little bit of ground. Civil rights didn't happen in a day. It didn't happen in a one wide sweep, and it didn't happen because of violence either. The women's right to vote didn't happen in a single day. It didn't happen because of violence, and it didn't happen like instantly. It took years. It took lots of talking. It took slow preparation. In order to get everyone to right to vote, because everyone deserved the right to vote, it didn't happen right away. Okay, first, it spread to non-landowners. Then it spread to, what was it? It spread. Then blacks got the right to vote. Then women got the right to vote. Everyone having the right to vote, like, because everyone who's an American citizen should have the right to vote. They didn't get it right away. It wasn't one sweeping thing that just got passed. It took years and it took multiple changes. Originally, it wasn't white men who had the right to vote originally. It was white men who had property, who had, there were a lot of criteria. Then criteria started to go down until it was just, are you a white man? And then it changed to, are you a man? And then it just changed to, are you a citizen? It changed over time. That's how things work. You need to look at the bigger picture. You can look at the bigger picture. But in order to get there, you need to get smaller goals. And this is real life. This is how life works. Okay? You can't just go and expect you to become a civil engineer just right away. You need to work for it. You need to get smaller goals. First you need to pass high school. Okay, good. Then you need to get into a college that you can afford because you don't want to go and get super dead right away. Okay, there you go. You needed to get your associate's degree. Good. You need to start passing the college, getting your bachelor's, then your master's. You need to work towards it. Years of study and practice. Now, if you're not willing to work with the other side and get slow, reasonable legislation passed, the change you're looking for, you're never going to do. You're never going to get it. If you're never willing to talk to people on the other side, because I guarantee there's good people on the other side, you're never going to change. You're always going to have, if you're never willing to change your opinion on anything, because you think you're always right. Even people who say they're willing to change their opinion but don't, and they listen to what other people have to say, and then they go, no, that's because you're no, I'm willing to change. I'm willing to listen. Oh no, you're saying this. Like, they're not really listening. They're not really listening to what you're saying. They're putting words into your mouth. They're twisting what you're saying. They're not really listening. They're making you out to be wrong and evil just so they can dismiss what you're saying. No, even people can say they're willing to change, and they say they're willing to conversate, and say they're willing to listen, but they're not. Unless you're actually willing to listen. And that's just, unless you're actually willing to listen, you're never going to be right about anything. I'm sorry, a broken clock is right twice a day. You can be right about something, but if you're not ever willing to listen and you just dismiss almost everyone and you attack everyone, you say, oh, I've changed my opinion before, but you really haven't. Well, I have friends on the other side, even though people just kind of hate you because they call you a jackass. And the only friends you have are people who agree with you. Like whenever you say you have friends that disagree with you, it's a slight disagreement. Like they're all leftists, or it's a conservative or it's a leftist who calls himself a conservative. It's like, come on now. You need to be willing to conversate with people you disagree with. You need to be willing to change your opinions. And if you really, and if the other side, if what you're trying to do is truly good, like not everything you do is absolute, right? I mean, nobody's right about everything. But if you are right about something and it's absolutely correct to do and it needs to be fought for, look at the bigger picture. Remember the bigger picture. Make that bigger picture your main goal. But remember, in order to get to that main goal, in order to get to that bigger picture, you need to start with the smaller steps, the smaller goals. Because we aren't fascists. We aren't dictators. We aren't people. Yes, this message is mostly for the leftists. Okay? But the people on the left who hear this, they're gonna hear this and they're gonna close off their ears. It's gonna go in one ear and out the other. They're not gonna listen or understand it. So yeah, this message is mostly for the leftists, but it's also for the right wingers. Also for the Christians. Also for the people on my side. The libertarians. Okay? The moderates. Okay? The self-proclaimed moderates. Yes, a lot of you. This is gonna go. If you listen to this, if anyone even listens to this, if you listen to this, most of the people, it's just gonna go in one ear and out the other. But I hope that it isn't the case for at least one of you. If this is opening the mind of at least one person, then it's good. I don't care how many people dislike or comment or how many people just not even watch it. If one person gets this and learns something from it and changes, so be it. No, this isn't. And if one person listens to this, hears it, and takes it to heart, then so be it. Because again, it doesn't matter what your big goal is. It's never going to happen unless you get the smaller goals and you get one person at a time. So here's my challenge to you. If you made it this far into this video, start with one person. Change one person for the better. Do a good deed to one person and then spread it. Talk to one person. Teach them something and then spread it. Help them spread it. Watch how fast small things can grow compared to trying to do one big thing. Watch how fast all those small little deeds you do grows compared to you trying to do that one big deed. Yeah. Your one big deed can be your final goal. But in order to get to that final goal, you need to fulfill all of your smaller goals. Share this video. I'm not gonna ask much. I don't ask this very often. But yes, share this video.